Scotland doesn't just have some castles, it has hundreds of them, some complete, some in ruins, all of them beautiful and fascinating. From cliff-top fortresses battered by the North Sea to fairy-tale palaces and haunting ruins, these buildings have seen kings crowned, queens imprisoned and clans go to war. Today we're counting down 10 of the greatest castles in Scotland. This list combines jaw-dropping beauty, historical importance and pure atmosphere. You are definitely going to want to see the last three. Let's begin. At number 10, we have Kilchurn Castle. Standing on a rocky peninsula at the northeastern end of Loch Awe, it is one of the most dramatic and photographed ruins in Scotland. Built in the mid-1400s by the powerful Campbells of Glenorchy, it began as a tall tower house before expanding into a fortified stronghold with courtyards, turrets, and later one of the oldest surviving barracks on the British mainland. For centuries it watched over the loch and the surrounding mountains, but after the Campbells left, Kilchurn was abandoned and eventually damaged by lightning. Today, its roofless walls and lonely silhouette create an unforgettable scene, especially at sunrise when the castle reflects perfectly on the still waters of Loch Awe. It remains a haunting reminder of clan power, shifting loyalties, and Scotland's turbulent past. A perfect appetizer for what's to come. Number 9 takes us to the dramatic Ayrshire coast and Kilchurn Castle, which stands high on the Ayrshire cliffs, looking out over the Firth of Clyde. Redesigned in the late 1700s by Robert Adam, it became a grand neoclassical showpiece for the Kennedy family, complete with sweeping staircases and elegant rooms. The surrounding estate, beaches, woodland, gardens and hidden follies, adds to its theatrical setting. In 1945, the castle was gifted to the National Trust for Scotland, with a top-floor apartment reserved for General Eisenhower. Today, Kilchurn remains one of Scotland's most iconic coastal castles. Number 8 is Blair Castle, which rises bright and commanding in the heart of Highland Perthshire. Its story begins in 1269, when Comyn's Tower was built without the Earl of Athol's permission. A bold act that sparked centuries of power, rivalry and transformation. Across 19 generations, the Stuarts and Murrays reshaped Blair Castle from a medieval fortress to a Georgian mansion and then the grand Scottish baronial landmark we see today. The castle has witnessed sieges, Jacobite marches, Cromwell's occupation and served as a hospital during the First World War. Now surrounded by peaceful parkland and the famous Athol Highlanders, Blair Castle stands as a living record of Scotland's turbulent past and enduring heritage. Glamis Castle rises from the rich farmland of Angus, its towers and turrets giving it the look of a true Scottish fairy tale. A place of power for nearly 1,000 years, from the days of King Malcolm II to the grant of the lands to Sir John Lyon in 1372. Over the centuries, the Earls of Strathmore transformed Glamis into the grand chateau-style castle we see today. It's a place woven deeply into royal history, the childhood home of Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother and the birthplace of Princess Margaret. But Glamis is equally famous for its legends, the tales of Macbeth, the mysterious monster of Glamis, and the ghostly Lord Beardy. Surrounded by vast gardens and ancient trees, the castle remains one of Scotland's most atmospheric and storied homes. Dunrobin Castle rises above the shores of the Dornoch Firth like a Highland fairy tale, its tall spires and sweeping gardens giving it the look of a French chateau. Home to the Earls and Dukes of Sutherland for over 7 centuries, its story begins as a medieval keep before transforming in the 1800s into the grand palace we see today. The castle has witnessed clan battles, Jacobite turmoil, and served as a naval hospital during the First World War. With 189 rooms, formal gardens inspired by Versailles, and views stretching across the northern coast, Dunrobin remains one of Scotland's most striking and enduring great houses, a blend of history, elegance, and Highland drama. At number 5 is Dunnottar Castle. It clings to a sheer headland on the Aberdeenshire coast, a fortress shaped by wind, sea, and 1,000 years of Scottish history. From early medieval battles to Viking raids, this rocky outpost has witnessed some of the nation's darkest and most dramatic moments. Most famously, it was here in the 1650s that a small garrison defied Cromwell's army and saved the honours of Scotland, the nation's crown jewels, smuggling them to safety while the castle endured siege. Today its ruins are spread across the cliff top like a forgotten kingdom. Dunnottar stands as one of Scotland's most iconic silhouettes, a haunting, windswept stronghold where the past still clings to the cliffs. Number 4. Urquhart Castle on the banks of Loch Ness. its broken walls and lone tower watching over one of Scotland's most mysterious landscapes. For centuries, this fortress sat at the heart of Highland conflict, seized during the Wars of Independence, raided by the Lords of the Isles, and fiercely defended by Clan Grant. Its final chapter came in 1692, when government troops blew up the gatehouse to stop the castle falling into Jacobite hands, leaving the dramatic ruins we see today. With sweeping views along Loch Ness and a history shaped by war, resilience and legend, Urquhart Castle remains one of Scotland's most iconic and atmospheric strongholds. And yes, many visitors still come hoping to catch a glimpse of something large moving in the water. Number 3. The most photographed castle in Scotland, Eilean Donan. The castle rises from a tiny tidal island where three great sea lochs meet, its stone walls mirrored in the shifting waters of the Western Highlands. First fortified in the 1200s to guard against Norse incursions, it later became a stronghold of the Mackenzies and the Macraes, clans who ruled these sea lanes with power and pride. In 1719, during the Jacobite Rising, the castle was bombarded by Royal Navy frigates and reduced to ruins, its shattered walls left silent for nearly 2 centuries. Then, in the early 1900s, it was painstakingly rebuilt, stone by stone, into the iconic silhouette we know today. Now linked to the shore by its graceful bridge, Eilean Donan stands as a symbol of resilience, heritage and the enduring spirit of the Highlands. At number 2, Stirling Castle. It commands its volcanic crag at the heart of Scotland, a fortress that has watched over the nation's struggles, triumphs and turning points for more than 8 centuries. These walls saw the rise of the Stuart kings, the childhood of Mary, Queen of Scots, and the clash of armies that shaped a kingdom. Below the ramparts lies the field of Bannockburn, where Robert the Bruce secured Scotland's independence in 1314. Above, the Renaissance palace glows with colour and craftsmanship, a reminder of the royal splendour that once filled its halls. From siege to coronation, rebellion to rebirth, Stirling Castle stands as the keeper of Scotland's story, a place where the nation's past still echoes across the rock. And at number 1, there could only ever be one winner. Edinburgh Castle crowns an ancient volcanic rock high above the city, a fortress that has shaped Scotland's destiny for more than 1,000 years. From its earliest Iron Age stronghold to the royal seat of the medieval kings, these ramparts have witnessed siege, ceremony, and the struggle for a nation's soul. Within its walls lie the honours of Scotland, the crown jewels, guarded through centuries of conflict. Here Mary, Queen of Scots, gave birth to her son James VI, and armies from Edward I to Cromwell fought to claim the rock. Today the castle stands as Scotland's most commanding silhouette, watching over the Royal Mile and the city below, a timeless sentinel where the echoes of history still cling to the stone. So there you have it, Scotland's 10 greatest castles. Which one is your favourite? Have you visited any of these? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe and turn on notifications. See you next time.